A struggling veteran walks into a barber shop, hoping for a simple haircut to look decent for a job interview. But when the kind-hearted hairdresser decides to help him for free, she pays a price no one expected. But just 30 minutes later, the mayor walks in, and what he does next shocks everyone. Meet Olivia, a young, passionate hairdresser. She may not be rich, she may not have power, but she believes in one thing: kindness. Every day she stands behind the chair, giving people more than just a haircut. She gives them confidence, dignity, and hope. Olivia grew up hearing stories about her grandfather, a war veteran who returned home only to struggle for survival. She knows how society often forgets those who once fought for their country. So, when a man in ragged clothes hesitantly steps into the shop, she notices him immediately. His name is John, a veteran in his 60s. His hair is overgrown, his beard unkempt, and his clothes worn out. As he nervously glances at the price list, Olivia sees something heartbreaking: a man who wants to feel human again, but can't afford it. John swallows his pride and asks in a quiet voice, "Excuse me, how much is just a simple trim?" When Olivia tells him the price, he nods, his face falling. He mumbles a soft, "Thank you," and turns to leave. But before he can step out, Olivia speaks up. "Sir, please, come have a seat. Today, your haircut is on me." John freezes. I don't want to take advantage." "You're not," Olivia smiles. "You've already given enough. Let me do this for you." She picks up her scissors, unaware that this simple act of kindness is about to change her life forever. Olivia gently drapes a cape over John's shoulders, smiling reassuringly. As she starts trimming his hair, she chats with him, making him feel at ease. "So what kind of job are you looking for?" she asks. John hesitates before answering. "Anything, really. I was a mechanic before. But after coming back from deployment, things were never the same." His voice cracks slightly. "It's been tough. People don't want to hire someone like me." Olivia's heart clenches. She can hear the exhaustion, the years of struggle in his voice. "Don't worry," she says, snipping away. "A fresh look changes everything. You'll walk out of here ready to take on the world." John chuckles softly. "It's been years since I had a proper haircut. You have no idea what this means to me." She does, and that's exactly why she's doing it. Rules or no rules, some things are just the right thing to do. The haircut continues, and Olivia puts extra care into every detail. When she finally finishes, she turns the chair around so John can see himself in the mirror. His eyes widen. He lifts a hand to touch his freshly trimmed hair, his face breaking into a mix of disbelief and gratitude. I look like myself again," he whispers. His hands shake slightly as he pulls out a few crumpled bills. "Please, take this. It's not much, but..." Olivia gently closes his hand around the money. "This one's on me, John. No charge." John blinks rapidly, his throat tight with emotion. He stands, gives her a firm handshake, and simply says, "Thank you." But just as he steps out of the shop, a loud, furious voice cuts through the air. "Olivia! What the hell do you think you're doing?" She turns and sees her boss storming toward her, face red with rage. Olivia barely has time to react before Veronica, the salon owner, storms up to her, heels clicking against the floor like gunfire. The entire shop falls silent. "What do you think you're doing?" Veronica's voice is sharp, cutting through the air. "Did you just give that man a free haircut?" Olivia swallows hard, but stands her ground. "He's a veteran. He couldn't afford it. It was just one haircut." "One haircut?" Veronica scoffs, folding her arms. And what happens when every other sob story walks in expecting a freebie? You think I run a charity here? Olivia clenches her fists. It wasn't about money. He needed help, and I could help him. That's the kind of business I thought we were running. The tension is thick. A few customers shift uncomfortably in their chairs. Olivia can see her co-workers watching from the mirrors, their expressions a mix of shock and fear. No one dares to speak up. Veronica narrows her eyes. Let me make something very clear. This is my shop. You follow my rules. And if you can't do that? She steps closer, her voice dropping to a cold whisper. Then you're fired. A stunned silence falls over the shop. Olivia blinks, as if she misheard. What? You heard me. Veronica smirks, arms crossed. Pack your stuff and get out. Oh, and don't bother looking for work in this town. I'll make sure no salon hires you. Olivia feels her stomach drop. Fired? Just for helping someone? Her co-workers avoid her gaze. A few customers look outraged, but no one says a word. It's clear, no one wants to risk their own job. Heart pounding, Olivia grabs her scissors and brushes, shoving them into her bag. As she walks to the door, she feels everyone's eyes on her. Some pitying, some ashamed, and one pair, Veronica's, completely satisfied. Just as she steps out onto the sidewalk, the weight of what just happened crashes down on her. She just lost her job, all for doing the right thing. But what she doesn't know is that her life is about to change in the next 30 minutes. Olivia sits on a bench outside the salon, staring blankly at the busy street. Fired. Just like that. Her hands grip her scissors inside her bag, the tools of a job she no longer has. A lump forms in her throat, but she refuses to cry. She did the right thing. So why does it feel like she lost everything? Then a voice interrupts her thoughts. Miss? Are you all right? She looks up and sees John, the veteran she just helped. He's now wearing a clean shirt, his posture straighter, his eyes clearer. The transformation is already showing. I saw what happened, John says, his face full of concern. That woman, she fired you because of me, didn't she? Olivia forces a small smile. It wasn't your fault. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. John looks at her for a long moment. Then he nods firmly. You're a good person, and good people deserve better. Before Olivia can respond, the sound of approaching footsteps makes her turn. A man in a suit, followed by two assistants, walks toward her with purpose. He looks familiar. Too familiar. It takes her a second to recognize him, Mayor Richardson. Are you Olivia? The mayor asks, stopping in front of her. She hesitates. Yes? He smiles warmly. I just heard a rather interesting story about you. Olivia's heart pounds. You did? John steps forward. I told him. He gestures to the mayor. I've been trying to meet with the city about veteran support programs, but no one would listen. After today, I knew I had to say something. Olivia blinks, speechless. The mayor nods. What you did for this man was incredible. We need more people like you in this town. He glances at his assistants. Which is why I'd like to offer you a position. Olivia's breath catches. A position? The mayor smiles. How would you like to run a community barbershop funded by the city to provide free haircuts and grooming services to veterans and those in need? Her mind spins. Did she hear that right? She just lost a job, but now she's being offered something even bigger, something that truly matters. Tears well in her eyes, but this time, they're tears of shock, gratitude, and hope. And in that moment, Olivia realizes Getting fired wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. For a moment, Olivia can't speak. Did he really just say that? A barbershop? She stammers, still processing the mayor's words. For veterans? Run by me? Mayor Richardson nods, his expression warm. You have the skill. You have the heart. And after what you did today, I know you're the right person for this. Olivia glances at John, who gives her an encouraging smile. But why me? She finally asks. The mayor chuckles. Because in just one act of kindness, you did what this town should have done a long time ago. You made a veteran feel seen, respected, and valued. If one free haircut can change a man's confidence, imagine what an entire barbershop could do. But wait, Olivia hesitates. I just got fired. I don't have the money to start something like this. The mayor exchanges a knowing glance with his assistant before reaching into his pocket and pulling out an envelope. He hands it to Olivia. She slowly opens it, and her breath catches. Inside is a check for $50,000. This is a city grant, the mayor explains. Enough to help you find a space, get equipment, and start hiring. We'll also help with promotions and partnerships to make sure people know about it. Olivia stares at the check, her hands trembling. This morning, she was just a hairstylist. Now she's about to run her own business, one that actually changes lives. A lump forms in her throat, but she manages to say, I don't know what to say. John places a hand on her shoulder. Say yes. She looks at him, at the hope in his eyes, at the second chance he's just been given. And finally, she smiles. Yes. Months later, the new barbershop is thriving. The walls are filled with photographs of veterans, community leaders, and ordinary people whose lives were changed by the simple gift of a haircut. The shop is a symbol of hope and resilience, a place where everyone, no matter their background, feels valued and cared for. Olivia is now the proud owner of a space that serves her community, providing free haircuts to veterans, offering employment opportunities to those in need, and running programs to help people regain their confidence. As she trims a customer's hair, she looks around at her team, the people who now work with her, who share her vision. They smile, exchanging nods of satisfaction. Olivia's dream didn't just come true. It grew into something bigger. And just when she thought it couldn't get any better, John walks in one morning, looking sharp in a fresh suit, his face proud and full of confidence. He's just landed a job, and it's all because of Olivia's kindness. I've never seen you look so good, Olivia says with a smile. John grins, his voice full of gratitude. I wouldn't be here without you, Olivia. This shop, this community, it's all because you chose to help someone when no one else would. Olivia's eyes shine with pride. She made the right choice. And as the camera zooms out from the bustling barbershop, Olivia's voice fills the screen. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can change someone's life. But what you don't realize is that it can change your own life too. It's never too late to make a difference, and you never know how one moment of compassion can transform the world around you. Thank you for watching. If you believe in kindness, if you believe that every small act counts, hit that like button and share this story with someone who needs to hear it today. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire and remind us of the good in the world. You never know who you might help with a simple gesture.